radio station, but don't forget you can watch us too on your computer, your mobile device. Just head on over to SuperTalk TV. I'm laughing because it's Friday and Tanya's in the house. That's I'm not laughing at Tanya, but I'm laughing because, Rhino, is that in any way or shape or form connected to a movie this week?
No, that was just a placeholder that I forgot to change out.
Okay, because rarely, there are very few artists that when I hear them, I'm like, either somebody messed up Rhino's lineup of some kind, or the computer had a brain fart and, inserted itself. And Britney Spears is on that list of, like, probably not going to get...
That's why it's a good placeholder, because if I see that name, it's like, wait, that's not supposed to be there. But that was busy doing something else.
So no, it gave me a good chuckle, because then I thought, well, maybe she's made a comeback in the movie world, and, that could have been a secret song that was on the radio at some point in some scene of something else. But anyway, so, all right, we got Tanya in the house. It is Friday, and time to talk a little movie action. So we missed last week, so catch that up for us today.
Yeah, so spring has sprung, and this weekend's big movie is a perfect springtime movie. It is the live action version of Snow White.
That's right.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot of controversial things about this movie. And most of it behind the scenes, like before they even started filming it, there were some questions about casting and how they were going to handle the dwarfs and all that kind of stuff.
I gotcha.
So we got through that, and then now we keep hearing about behind the scenes tension between Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot, the two main female leads, the Queen and the Snow White. And so there's been just a lot of stir, and I really don't pay attention to that. And the media loves to pit women against each other, and I really think that's what it is. But I said the same thing about It Ends With Us.
Oh God, that's gone
thinking
down
that was just a bunch of talk, and here we are.
They're gonna regret that.
Yeah,
I hope their careers don't end with that.
I know they very well could. But Snow White, I did go see it last night, and there's also a lot of talk about it being woke and all that. I didn't feel that way at all. I mean, they do make. In the original animated version, Snow White is just there to look pretty. She doesn't really do anything except wait for her prince. So in this one, Snow White is a little more in charge of herself and her actions. But, same story. You've got the queen, evil queen, who's her stepmother, treats her poorly after her father goes away and never comes back. And, she asks the mirror on the wall who's the fairest of them all. And when it was Snow White, her mission is to kill Snow White so that she can continue to be the fairest of them all. I thought Gal Gadot was a really good evil queen. In a way, it was kind of over-the-top performance. But for that character, I thought it was great. And she scared me. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I think, I thought about your little girl. I think I would be scared to take a little one because it really had scary moments. I'll say they're all pretty quick. There were at least 2 parts. But Gal Gadot, whenever she would go into a little rage and she would snap her neck and... she scared me. It made me think of a horror movie a little bit. But she was fantastic. And I thought Rachel Zegler was a fantastic Snow White. She's got a beautiful voice. And this is a full-blown musical.
So beware.
Beware. There's a couple of songs from the original, like Hi-Ho, and but Someday My Prince Will Come is gone. There's new songs. And they're really good. I mean, a lot of times when you see these kind of movies, you're like, okay, I just got to get through this song. But these were all really, really good songs. And they were written by the same guys that wrote for The Greatest Showman, Dear Evan Hansen. So, that's why they're so good, because such talented people. And the choreography, they danced, and all of that was fantastic. So, I don't know how your average guy would feel about going to see this movie, other than there's beautiful women portraying these roles. But
I don't know if Rhino's going to go.
Yeah, I will tell you, I asked my 16-year-old if he wanted to go with me. No. I asked my husband. He was like, I think I'm okay. So I saw it by myself. So
Which makes me nervous for the scary parts, which, I mean, Ursula could be pretty terrifying, too. And
Yeah.
some of those. I guess you just need to know your kid and that.
Exactly. And, you know, honestly, I think that it probably is about on par with Ursula. So if you...
Because she just, even in the animated one, she's a little scary.
Yeah, she is.
The eyes of the...
Well, and the whole idea is she tells her huntsman to take Snow White into the woods and kill her, and to keep you from checking
Disney.
out, I want you to bring her heart back in this little box. I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, I just don't. It's been so long since I've seen the animated version that I was like, that's pretty harsh, you know? But anyway, so yeah, it's the same story. They changed just a few little things. But nothing that, I mean, it's still true. I had forgotten how Snow White's story was so similar to Cinderella. I mean, what is it about the mamas die and then the stepmother
there was a
throws
formula
them into
to it at some point, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, it was
Rapunzel's
really cute.
not much far off of that same sort of MO as well.
And they do, I will say, they pull in some of the newer attractions at Disney World. You know, they have that new dwarfs runaway train.
Oh gosh, if you wouldn't have said it, I can. Yes.
Yeah, they. It's been a while since I've been to the one in Florida, and they were building that the last time I was there. So that tells you how long it's been.
And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've heard it's tons of fun. Mm-hmm. But if you're not into Snow White, which that it is a PG movie, there's a rated R called The Alto Knights. This one stars Bob De Niro as a mobster, but not only is he playing a mobster, he's playing two different characters, and they are battling it out to have the most power over the mob. So I have not seen this one, but just the fact that he's in it, he usually elevates everything he's in. Deborah Messing is in it. So a fantastic cast.
Was there anything we missed last week? I honestly can't remember. It was spring break.
Yeah, last week, Black Bag was the new movie. And it's like an all-star cast, but the reference to Black Bag, and I've not seen this one either, is about keeping secrets. So it's one of those. It kind of makes me think of like the Glass Onion movie, you know, that kind of thing, kind of like a, you know, just lots of twists and turns.
How's the movie with Patson with all the him playing all the different things?
Yeah, Mickey 17. Yes, it came in number 2 last weekend. But it has brought in like $35 million, which is a pretty nice, you know, amount for just a week or 2 weeks.
I would think for not knowing exactly what you're getting into.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, I mean, because it would be hard to be able. It feels like it's hard to articulate what you're going to watch until you've watched it.
Yes, and this is one of those that people are really liking it, and they're telling others. And so everybody I know that has gone to see it says that the theater's full because it's not on a ton of screens, you know, and so, you know, those screens people are responding.
Well, I got to see the Captain America. It was enjoyable.
Yeah,
we did. And Harrison Ford was Harrison Ford. Like,
yes,
he played that well. I would encourage anyone who wants to go see it, or you could wait till it streams. But like, I had a good time. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't you think him as the Red Hulk was pretty cool?
Yes, he was, and it will be interesting to see if his character continues.
Yeah.
I feel like there's an opportunity for that. Although Harrison's not a spring chicken, even though he's the Red Hulk, so
I know
they can't put too many years between tapings.
Well, he's such a good actor because he seems like he could really hang in there in a fight in this movie, but then when you see him interviewed on these talk shows, it's like he barely can get across the
He's
stage.
Tired.
Yeah, and he just sounds like an old man when he's being interviewed. But in these movies, he's really agile.
But I could see where if you have kept up with all the other ins and outs of shows, where you might would have been more educated on it, which was a bummer because I don't have time for that. But I thoroughly enjoyed it, and as a Marvel fan, it was just enough for me, I guess you could say. All right, thank you, Tanya, and you guys stick with us. We got more for you coming up next.